Okay, let's get started. Welcome back and good morning. Today's episode is going to be uh, tips on how to commute to the city, along with how to commute to the city and also shift more from binging to a healthier lifestyle. That's something that I've been working on for the over the last year. Maybe not really a how-to kind of person on second thought. Just going to tell you what I'm doing. How to. Not really big on how-to stuff. That's especially because you could be wrong. So. No, yeah, not going to get into how to this or that. Just going to tell you what I'm doing. Have been commuting to the city for the last couple years. It's been pretty good. It's just that there have been some challenges. Had some challenges. Hopefully not anymore, but at least had some challenges with drugs, because probably my lack of control over drugs stemmed from commuting to the city every day, and just to not know how to really deal with that. It can be challenging, stressful at times. So you need you need a sound strategy. There are a lot of people who are super commuters. Don't know if I'm a super commuter, but there are a lot of super commuters out there, and they could probably use maybe not tips. I'm not an expert on any of this, but at least somebody's perspective on it. Super commuting. I'm a mini super commuter. I'm not really a super commuter, so it doesn't really qualify. But you could hypothetically call you could hypothetically kind of uh, designate me as a supercommuter. It's a bit of a misnomer, but yeah, I am a partial supercommuter, and that will expose you if you're not careful. One thing it could expose you to: binging, binge drinking, binging on food. This is easy when you are going to work for long distance. It's just there's a lot out there, so it's easy to get into a trap. Um, so right now I'm trying to figure out a way to kind of ignore all that right now, while just kind of focusing on the commute. So maybe one tip would give you, if you're looking for tips about kind of super commuting. Again, I'm not a super commuter. I'm a partial super commuter. But if you're looking for any advice on that, I would say uh, be commute forward. Don't focus on anything else. Just do the commute and then get home, and then see what you're about. But even if you commute for 20 miles a day or something like that, that doesn't mean that you have to let distractions get the best of you. You could you could still be Mr. Distraction Free. That's what I'm trying to do right now. Be distraction free, especially because if you're not distraction free and you're doing this, you're going to fall to binging. So, super commuters out there, maybe not these ones, those ones. If you're not careful, if you're not focused on being distraction free, and you're super commuting, you're going to have a major fall. You're going to fall to all these distractions because everything's out there. Yeah, in some cases, nothing is out there, but in other cases, everything is out there, and it's a great excuse to blow a wad, so to say, and it's also a great excuse to wind up in a ditch somewhere. So that's one issue with going to work from a significant or at least somewhat astronomical distance. is you have to be wary of all the stuff that's in between you and the office or the front desk or wherever you're going. You have to be aware of all the stuff that's around you. Another challenge of commutes over long distances is that you're dealing with a lot of people throughout the day. You're dealing with a lot of people, a lot of different people. So you're going to have to learn. Was learning how to be a little bit more adaptable, I guess. That doesn't mean that I'm going to put up with nonsense. People berating people. Not gonna deal, especially when I'm just trying to get home from work. I'm not trying to deal with that. That's one thing about the modern American commute that pisses me off. It's just when others can't, kind of see that, people are not trying to be, too serious, but also uh, kind of what Hans Gruber said, kind of enough jokes. Yeah, sometimes the commute can be rather redonkulous like that. It's just too much just joking around and just a little bit too much just uh, you know being a little bit too nimble. Some nimble is good, but you don't want to be too nimble though. So that's one other second challenge of a super commute is that you have to deal with a lot of people. One thing I'm trying to streamline, have been streamlining my commute, was getting back uh, with the same bus, but then was taking an earlier bus after transferring. And that really helped. So if you have to transfer, that's not the worst thing in the world. But what's going to really help is if your second bus, not maybe that's a direct route. The direct route gets you back, but it's a bus that gets to the transit center faster than other buses that you can take. So that's something that uh, discovered. Yeah, you can find, and on a positive note, you can find earlier buses during your yeah. Don't be afraid to alter your commute a little bit. Uh, if you find an earlier bus, if you get an earlier train, take it. Um, that's really good. Sorry for anyone who hasn't seen me this week. Just working on some stuff and taking a break. Obviously, was binging a little bit again there for a while there, and just figured out some stuff. Just finally realized the whole thing about um, doing things in moderation, not going crazy on things, even if you dealt with a lot of things earlier in the day, earlier in the week. I'm not even going to do things most of the time, most of the week. That's another thing I'm doing. Even though my commute is long, that is still more of a reason for me to stay focused, especially during the week and not engaging in cop outs. And that's another thing. It's just when you do this for so long, you get kind of tired of the cop outs. You get kind of tired of instant gratification. So no, yeah, I just don't like to be, distracted. If I'm doing something for, uh, multiple days, that I don't mind. What I do mind, though, is all this stuff that the economy has available at your fingertips 24/7. Um, yeah, so you're a spendy person. That's going to spell trouble for your commute. It's particularly extended commutes. If you're easily distracted and absent-minded like me, you're going to be easily swayed a bit. Why this is important is because for all that commuting, you really ought to be picky You really ought to be picky, Michael, and you also really got to be focused on preserving your paycheck. Preserving your paycheck. You should be. I don't know about you. My goal is to, especially if I'm having to commute from across the bay. If we're all having to commute from across the bay, shouldn't you be? Shouldn't you be? Screening the crap out of what you're doing in your own time, so that your paycheck reflects the effort that you're putting in. So that's what's so ridiculous about this. Everybody there's such an in-your-face community. There's such an in-your-face economy in the Bay Area. Alcohol this, and restaurants that. It's such an in-your-face kind of economy that it makes it hard to commute. It makes the commute super hard. It's just we're talking about getting to and from work free of bullshit. So that's something that I've seen the last couple of years. It's just appreciate all the people tuning in. By the way, 2 trillion viewers. Try to see if we could get up to 3 trillion, but we'll see. So yeah, welcome back to YouTube. Welcome back to the show. Welcome to Western Mike. This is just a quick discussion. Not tips. I'm not a tippy how-to kind of guy. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. Just telling you what I'm doing. I'm a very active person. Like to do things mobily. So don't like to get bogged down. The commute is perfect for that. I get up in the morning and get right over there, and then can come back. It's pretty easy, and this is a perfect thing to do on a weekday. Seeing a lot of people going around not sure what to do on a weekday. Do this. And the weekday is a bit of a weird time because you're trying to get to and from work, but you're also trying to save your money, and you're trying not to fall to binging, which is something that's my sworn enemy. You're trying not to fall to binging. Have not been drinking for a while now. Drank last week again, but didn't really have that much. Had only 3 drinks, so had a few others. Kind of like as it was around the amount that was my goal, but basically had only 3 drinks. Didn't have anything. My goal was to have 2 drinks, only 2 drinks this week, believe it or not. But no, I didn't drink this week. Didn't so far. Didn't drink this week. You may lose interest in it. Have lost interest in it, even just from trying to focus on being a good commuter or a decent commuter. Trying to get consistent with that. That requires most of the time, honestly, that you don't even do a whole lot. So try not to drink at all. During the middle of the week. I already don't smoke. I already don't eat fast food. So what's drinking doing here? But that's going to really fuck you when it comes to your commute. That's because you could get you'll probably get addicted to it, and then you'll probably struggle between that and kind of the double life of being focused. And trying to report, trying to clock in 2 hours after going to sleep. I've done it. And let's just say management, not sure if they were totally just exasperated but they were perplexed at least. Not sure if they were more perplexed about me showing up not drunk per se, but still kind of tired, or that I was maybe putting myself through that in a way. No, it's just you have to like this stuff. You have to be serious about it, and you're going to get tired of when you're somebody who has to commute for a long distance, like a lot of people in the Bay Area do. It's not just me. Don't ask me. There are a lot of people having to do this. You kind of see a little bit of grouch going on with them. You pick up on a kind of vibe like that. You kind of see that. It's just because everybody has to hop over a bridge just for in for a penny, in for a pound. And there are just so many distractions when you're doing this all day, and then the people can be distracted. I saw a stupid beer on the bus the other day. This beer bottle kept going around the bus, not in that way. This beer bottle kept flying around the bus. Not sure if it was from 2 in the afternoon or 2 in the morning. No buses operate at 2 in the morning, don't think. But you see stuff like that, and then you see crazy neighbors struggling, and then you're thinking, does this even align with the values of somebody who wants to be somebody who could be anywhere, anytime, and get something done? I will still drink in moderation sometimes, I guess, maybe during holidays or with a party. But for now, I'm kind of hopefully I'm not quoting too much here. But yeah, for now though, I'm trying to just for now though have had enough. Have had enough. Um, and I think what a lot of people do, and it's something that I've done myself. Here's my take on it. It's called movie drinking. Movie drinking. You see something, you see a character do something in a movie, and then you kind of want to do it. And you see that's kind of challenging in real life. You see that it's not as perfect in real life. Kind of the harsh truth here is that it's not ever going to be as perfect as it is in the movies. But you want to try to prove that. Have been there. Have been there. I'm more of an ISTP who likes to do things other than passive things. Uh, even some alcoholic beverages, noticed in moderation, they're not as distracting as they think they are. They're not as distracting as they think they are. Even alcohol, even in moderation, it's strong. It tastes strong. Um, so it's kind of reminding you that it's already kind of a pain, and maybe that's not something you need to be doing most of the time, especially when you're if you're somebody who has to hop a bridge to get to report to your desk. Probably not. Probably not. Being a partier, being a you know being an addict. Yeah, probably not. So, have moved away from the addict stage. That is because wanted to focus on my commute. Because want to be somebody who does not care where they're working, just cares that they're getting stuff done. And what can be nice about a long commute is that it gets you out of the locale for the day. You don't have to constantly deal with crazy neighbors all day long. You can be somewhere else. You could even be that crazy neighbor who's giving other people could use a break sometimes. So I don't know if I'm crazy, but you're going to do a commute at all. Maybe that should be your kind of drug. Uh, yeah, if you're doing work, you need to be focused on work. You can't be. Yeah, it's either binging or work. Maybe drinking sometimes, but it's really drugs or work. Work is a very mobile thing for very active people. Drugs slow people down. Uh, you know, I have to work with a desktop computer, and those can slow you down, and I don't appreciate being slowed down. So why would I slow myself down with other stuff that's going to be distracting, that's going to bog me down? Some of that stuff can be good, but it's just it kind of gives me this feeling that it's just a distraction. So I'm not going to do that, recreationally. I'm not going to do that frequently. No, yeah. Drugs. Here's the thing about drugs, son. Um, you're gonna want to do them. You're gonna want to do them when you have a clear head. Uh, when you have a clear head and you're going around, you're about to do drugs. You're going to see somebody on drugs. You're going to see people who are doing nothing but drugs all day long. You're going to see this before you even finally get to your table, before you even finally are all something that I used to do. Hey, now it's finally 6 o'clock. At 3 o'clock, you're already dealing with the effects of this on a massive scale on our human society. So that's my plight, dealing with the Bay Area all day and having to you know go 4 towns over just to be able to have have something, have a position that makes me uh, happy to be alive. Um, is that's basically a 1 to 2 hour commute, and with all the issues going on in the Bay Area, that makes you, or a lot of areas for that matter, other places are dealing with this stuff too. You're going to want to do drugs sometime. None of us are perfect. It's going to happen. It's going to happen to you. It's going to happen to me. But then, as soon as you start thinking about it, and it's still not for a couple of hours that you're going to do it anyway, you're going to see its effect on other people around you. And not quite sure if that's a reminder. Um, maybe that's my maybe that's just something to pay attention to before making a decision. So, I have this thing in my head where I'm not I'm not reacting based off what I think may be going on. I'm reacting based off what I'm seeing, what's happening. And my reaction to alcohol, which is something that is everywhere, even during your commute, it's everywhere. Uh, you make a sport of something like that, you're going to for sure be around all the people who you see really struggling with this, and that means that you could end up riding that train. So no, yeah, if you're commuting a lot and you don't have a way to combat these distractions before they really become a distraction. We're talking drinking every day or partying all night long. That if you're a very active, very mobile person, that's going to hinder your progress. I'm still focused on weight loss right now, and the weight loss efforts from my years of binging. Um, as my poor way of dealing with something that is otherwise enjoyable. But yeah, my years of binging have been really taking a toll on my body. So, no, yeah, I'm not going to do stuff regularly that could, that's, that automatically blows up your day to day. Alcohol can blow up your day to day. Already, kind of alcohol seems like an appointment. Alcohol partying, it seems like an appointment. I like the people, just not the activity. I like the people, just not the activity. Don't really like the people who let the activity become their panacea. Don't really like those people. Trying to avoid those people. Um, yeah, I'm not trying to be, you know, a little spoiled brat about it. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm trying to focus, and if I'm not careful, if I don't make sure that some things are maybe more frequent, but other things are more infrequent because of all the people, because of all the places I have to deal with 24/7 during the week. That needs to be my focus, not making something that you should already do in moderation anyway as a sport in my life. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Heard a story after all that one person who poor guy drank in moderation, did what he was told, and he had to to get a new liver or something like that. Apologies. Yeah, so quit basically quit partying and quit drinking because was trying to be cool, and you know what? I'm just a very active person, and that requires putting a lot of things that maybe you enjoyed them, maybe just on the back burner for now, and just trying to get better at other things. I'm trying to get better with my commute. I'm trying to get better with my health. And yeah, if you're gonna live in places like perhaps the Bay Area and New York City, your health is paramount. You can't be doing fast food and getting drunk, partying every single night. Um, I did that. Even when was doing that was only doing that maybe. Even when would do that during the week, for example, would really only do that maybe once during the week, and then once more during the weekend. So, um, no, yeah, please don't party and then eat fast food every night. That's going to make you obese, and then you will be way too hungover to go to work. So, and yeah, from will tell you that your bosses will not let you clock in if you're in bad shape. You show up to the office, even if you're in a good mood. They don't care. They're going to clock you out for the day. It doesn't matter whether you want to clock out for the day or not. You're binging and partying with fast food and stuff like that all night long. Uh, you and then you show up to work the next day and you can barely keep it together. You might not get fired, but management will definitely take notice. Management will definitely disallow you. Management will definitely block you from a day of work, as they should, as they should. Because already dealing with stress is something that should just be automatic. And binging is a way to only momentarily, not the whole time, only momentarily cope with that stress. Then after you binge, the stress becomes that much more. The stress with binging, and this is why I quit binging and why to avoid binging for now have quit alcohol, is because you got to understand something. When you do alcohol, at some point or another, you're going to binge, and when you binge, management is going to take notice. And if you don't know how to deal with the fact that binging does not relax you. Binging causes you to be the opposite of relaxed. You're not working. You're not working. So yeah, getting drunk and then getting to work the next day, that's not going to work. In the Bay Area, of all places, that's not going to fly. Things that I'm hearing about, things that I'm seeing lately, just again, man, perhaps people can drink a little bit here or there, but seeing damn beers on the bus and everything, guys, this is just getting too much. This is out of control. This is too much. This can't be the life, son. This cannot be the life. Aren't I right? This cannot be the life. My solution is yeah, just do stuff on the weekend. But don't do stuff on Sunday. Don't do anything on Sunday. And not Thursday. Not Thursday. Please don't do Thursday. That whole Thursday. Hate that. That's a cop out. People talking about Thirsty Thursday. Hate that. That is really such a cop out. It's really cool. It's really cool. Have gone entire weeks without alcohol. Have gone most of the week without alcohol. Then the weekend without alcohol. So it's really easy not to let stuff become kind of your mainstay to the point where it starts to proceed and take over work. Some of you out there, you're treating kind of a nice social get together like it's Skynet or something. Um, yeah, that's not the trick. This isn't stuff you do every single day. Some of the stuff you see people, they're like, hey, now we can come in. Especially if you have to uh, take a bus for 20 miles a day or something like that. Me, I'm only like 15 miles, but still, there's a lot that you could end up getting, stopped and pulled aside to, you know. Um, yeah, the Bay Area is a motherfucker. The Bay Area requires that you do a lot just to get to and from your house, just to work, and then you have to deal with all this stuff, in between that could really knock you off your kilter. Or knock you off your kiln, and then you're dealing with problems, man. Then you don't, and then you're not prepared. You're unprepared. You're dealing with more of the stress that you don't want and less of the stress that, in a way, you kind of do want. Uh, if stress were two different versions and had to pick between the two different versions of stress, honestly, it would be the one that is devoid of any drugs, devoid of any drugs at all, and just being, a portable person. Want to be a portable person. If you're living a city away from where you work, you have to be a portable person. So you can control stuff, but perhaps what's going to help you more. Something that I've heard from the people around me is they said it's a lot. It may be a sense just not to do some things at all. Um, yeah, it'll be maybe a little bit. Yeah, maybe it'll be a little bit unusual, but if it helps, especially during the weekdays, when it's all too easy to go the other way, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You want to drink here or there? You could go on Friday or Saturday. Would even say doing both is a cop out. Wait, hold on. Have a bit of a cough. Um, yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Um, not quite sure what else to say about that. Um, Another thing that I'm doing is I don't really deal with lunch. If I deal with lunch, I get a nice salad. That's what we'll get. Uh, Maybe we'll get a salad only a couple times a week, 'cause that could really add up. Um, and if I want a drink during the week, I'll get an NA drink. I'll get an NA drink. There are bars out there that will serve you the exact same thing, but it's the NA version. Bartender told me that a lot of workers they'll have NA drinks because it's only 3 in the afternoon and they still have meetings, so they can't be getting drunk. You know, Thursday at 2 o'clock. Yeah, gosh, used to get beer the second that clocked out of the office. Sometimes even when Sunday wasn't just a second ago. And yeah, that's not fun. Day drinking, especially in the middle or even especially early in the week, that's not fun. That's not fun at all. Especially you spill your beer on the ferry or something like that. You're like, oh, for Pete's sake. No, yeah, just guys, speaking from experience here, would say the weekend minus Sunday and definitely minus Thursday is a lot easier to do any kind of fuck around thing you want to do instead of doing this Monday through Thursday, not Monday through Wednesday, Monday through Thursday. Just plenty of abstinence, plenty of, hey, I like you, but I like my job. Just because I like my job does not mean I don't like you. Well, just because I don't know you doesn't mean that I don't like you. It's good to be rational here. It's good to apply logic sometimes, not emotions to everything, especially when you don't even know someone. It's just, no, yeah, people applying emotions and they don't even know the person they're doing that to. That doesn't make any sense. So, yeah, you have to be, especially if you're doing something as YouTubers called it, as emotional as drinking or kind of the whole party scene. Uh, you could still at least make some rational, logical decisions even when you're doing that stuff. You could say, "Hey, man," and a lot of people say this. A lot of people say this. They're like, "Hey, man, it's still only the middle of the week." People are trying to get their work done. You know, people want to impress the big man. So the big guy. People want management to like them. I want management to like me. So I don't want management to say, "You're too tired. We're not going to let you. No, today we're not going to let you." Why would you finish your week like that? Why would you finish your work week like that? Binging, can barely wake up. When you were being able to wake up for those last 4 days or 3 days just a second ago. Why would you then ruin that? Why would you then celebrate the end of the week doing that to yourself? I'm not going to do that, especially at this age. Not going to do that. That's ridiculous. That stuff can be fun, but a lot of the time it can be really kind of annoying to deal with. And you're going to start to see some of those annoyances as a kind of honeymoon begins to fizzle out into the background. You're going to see some cons about this because it is a con. You're going to start to see the cons. You're going to start to justify the cons. And then when the cons can't seem to take hold and act like the other normal parts of your life, you are going to start to rearrange things. You're going to start to uh, restructure. So that's what I'm doing. I'm downsizing passive self-destructive hobbies. I'm downsizing passive and self-destructive hobbies. And if anything, kind of even like the super commute. Like the super commute, it is a way to stay focused and a way to stay enjoying the day. I'm a very kind of closed off person. So this is a good excuse to get out. and to be present. I mean, nobody wants to be present with some other suit who they only happen to see once a day. No, nobody wants to do that. But even taking my headphones off now, just because I want to see the commute, kind of want to just be part of the commute. It could be really nice like that. Maybe do this. You could do this. Take your headphones off and just see what your commute is like without your headphones on. You don't have to get into a whole conversation with the entire car, but commuting with your headphones off, that's a really nice, enjoyable thing to do. That to me is really nice and enjoyable. Because even just saying two words to my bus driver, just without the headphones, it can seem like you're more focused. When I have my headphones in, sometimes those can be distracting. Sometimes because that's my phone, that could then also prompt me to start thinking about stuff that I want to do, that I know I don't necessarily need it, but I still want to do it. And it's only Wednesday, and I don't really do anything on Wednesday. Not Monday, not Monday through Thursday, not Sunday. Hell, sometimes not even Saturday. I'm such an active person that by the time Friday has expired, which sucks, you'll just see me lazing out. That sounds like a more kind of doable double life. Just be very active during the week, and then during the weekend, take a couple rest days, and then just be lazy. So yeah, when I don't have to do all that stuff, I am pretty inactive when that happens. My calories go down from like 2,000 to like zero. So no, yeah, let's get that. Forgive the wheezing. Yeah, so that's what happens when you binge to deal with stuff instead of be careful. So yesterday, let's see about yesterday's stats. Yesterday, active energy 527. Even though didn't do as many activities yesterday as during the week because that was cheat day. Um, Cheat day still active energy. Perhaps glycogen came back. My output was 527 for active energy. Then for resting energy yesterday. And Friday could work with this too, especially if you don't even drink on Friday. Didn't have any alcohol in the house last night. Resting energy yesterday was 1516. So I'm at 2,000. Yeah, consumed perhaps 3,000 calories yesterday. Way overdid cheat day yesterday. Even on cheat day, you want to be careful. You don't necessarily want to be over by 500 or by one G. You don't really want to do that. But still for Friday, I think my calories consumed was 3,000. Burn 2,000, and may even have only been 2,600 or something like that. May have been 3,400, may have been 2,600, but was still burned at least 2,000 calories again, and that's my goal for every day now is to burn at least 2,000 calories. So yeah, I'm not going to drink. I'm not going to party. Might still do that stuff in the future. Might still have uh, you know, 4 glasses of wine or 4 glasses of whiskey in the future, wine or whiskey. That's what we'll do during a holiday or something like that. That's it. Not going to do five. Not going to do five. Because even 3 or 4, that's a lot of calories. But yeah, even cheat day. All I did was go to the grocery store yesterday and still ate way too much. So yeah, got the breakfast buffet, got the Also got a pulled pork burrito. Also got a pastry. Also got fruit. And then also got pasta beef. And then also got an ice cream sando. Could have gotten one burrito, split it. What could have done better was could have gotten one burrito, split it, and then could do the pasta beef. But even then, that's an astronomical increase in calorie intake. Um, so could have gotten a pizza instead, and then after that, yeah, so could have gotten the split burrito, pizza, and then just an ice cream sando after that. So yeah, satisfied my craving tooth for a cheat day, but yesterday was not a good day. Yesterday was not a good day. So even without alcohol, and this is the effect of alcohol, is you will still be making some maybe not so great decisions. I did not do it. Did not make any good. Did not make any sound decisions yesterday. Totally messed up on my decision game yesterday. So totally blew it. Just ate way more than intended, and yeah, probably was over by 1,000 calories yesterday, if not more so. Pasta and beef. That's a good dish. That's one of the mom's dishes. But it can be so easy to overdo that, and I think a pizza might be a little bit better, at least during weight loss. After weight loss, might bring some stuff back. Might even bring back 3 meals a day instead of 2 meals a day during the week. Maybe 3 meals every single day instead of intermittent fasting at work. I intermittent fast at work. Not sure if that's working, but yeah, I'm still only at say 145 to 7 pounds. I have not gone below that really, and I'm kind of struggling with that a little bit. I was at 160 before, but that's really only 13 to 15 pounds. Sometimes it's been in the 20 range, but hasn't been doing that enough. It hasn't been showing that enough. So I need to get in my game. Um, Everybody calls me skinny. They need a second look. You sure about that one, Bucky? You might want to double check. No, yeah, I might be smaller than other folks, but I am not skinny. I'm not skinny right now. And just one of the effects of that is just binging in the city, and then because you were binging in the city, probably because you have to commute and you have to deal with an intense commute, then you're binging at home too. And especially, there are a lot of high profile people. There are a lot of grouchy people, but there are a lot of high profile people around here. So really want to be in ship shape 24/7. Don't want to be forgetting things that was remembering just a second ago. Um, so yeah, binging doesn't entice me. Maybe on holidays sometimes, but don't want to do drugs. Drugs are even in moderation. What's the point of moderation? Drugs will always change you. Drugs always change you. Drugs change everybody. Don't tell yourself how you're not being changed. You're still doing it. You're still doing it. It's just so, um, yeah, drugs will always change you. And that's terrible for your commute. If you're having to, if like a lot of people in the Bay Area, yeah, if you want to be available for your commute, then you're gonna have to quit drugs and partying and fast food all night long, every single night. You're gonna have to quit that. Quit. You're gonna have to quit. It's either or. You can't do both. I try to do both, and by the end of every single weekend, I either was having to cut back again, or I was having to kind of look into my bank account a lot. So don't be a binging professional. Just be a professional. So no, yeah, hate binging and hate drugs. Hate drugs because the definition of drugs is binging because you're trying to like it. So Yeah, and you should only do stuff that you like, especially when you're doing something that maybe you don't like as much. Don't really like commuting. I'm trying to find ways to enjoy it, but naturally, it makes more sense that people don't enjoy commuting. People don't enjoy having to deal with all those distractions constantly. No, that's not enjoyable. It's not enjoyable. It's shit. It sucks. Don't. I'm only gonna spend on stuff that really need to spend money on. Don't want to spend money on anything if don't have to. That if you're a very active person, you certainly do. Uh, you certainly do um, identify with a mobile lifestyle, not a severe lifestyle, not a restrictive lifestyle. Could still have your cake and eat it too sometimes, but for all the time, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Trying to do everything all day, every day, that just does not work. For that, you probably need to live and work in the same area. That's not me. That doesn't work for me. Binging drugs doesn't work for me. My drugs maybe sometimes on a holiday or something like that, but other than that, binging and drugs just do not work for me. Uh, have been trying to see how long you can go without stuff that you don't really need, and then when you do that, you get kind of a major payoff out of it. Kind of more of a payoff than kind of capitulating to the distraction. Some stuff is distracting. If you work with a desktop computer instead of with a mobile computer, that can be distracting. They're very old and and they have separation anxiety. So you have to deal with that. Then you have to deal with all this nightlife on your way home from work. Um, but then you find out even in the nightlife, middle of the week, people are trying to keep a clear head. So automatically, right there, you know that really the only people who are doing that, especially to that extent, you see that you see the effects of it. You're about to go do it, and then you see the effects of it on someone else, and now you're depressed. Now you're thinking, oh, gee, was just trying to get home. Was about to go party, but I'm seeing the effect of drugs on everybody around me, and I'm trying to be somebody who is, at least most of the time anyway, drug free. Part of me is like, why say at least most of the time, or might sometimes still. You know what? Drugs are drugs, and there's no point in trying to see some difference between some drugs and another. Do you want to have a clear head or not? Do you want to be a kid again? Have heard somebody, have heard a friend say this to me about wanting to do that. Do you want to be a kid again, or not? I'm kind of might be a little bit of an ISFP too. I'm quite venturesome, but that could also spell trouble. So yeah, you're going to be somebody who wants to socialize sometimes, but also you have to deal with a long commute. It's binging or your job. It's binging or your job. You can meal. I meal prep, so I meal prep on Sunday. I don't go out Monday through Thursday. I do not go out on school nights. I don't do that. Instead, I go for a quick walk. That way, I can say hello to some folks, then go home. Or I just play some video games or something like that. But I do not party on weeknights. I don't do that. I don't party on weeknights. Part of me doesn't even spend on a weekday. If you like, you can make it so that you only spend once a week. So then we'll go at least Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. If want something to eat on Thursday, might do it, but already have my diet. and that's already satisfying me. So why expand my calories consumed and my love handle? The only love I'm getting is the only love you're getting is a handle. But yeah, binging, drugs, that's not me. I'm not a drug person. It just doesn't coincide with my demands. It doesn't coincide with my new hobbies. It just don't. And even when can do it, don't want to do it because um, you're having to pace yourself. Who wants to pace themselves? I want to be just up and at it, boom, 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 boom. If I can't do boom, 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 boom with something, I don't know what I don't know what to tell you. So when you're doing when you're doing the cray cray commute, uh, maybe for a while you see what it's. I would say 3 months. For 3 months, see what it's like not to do any drugs. Maybe some tea or something like that. You know, a good drug like that. But maybe try not to do any drugs, and then see how you can wake up on the weekend. Woke up this morning, not a scratch, and it's the best feeling in the world. It's a bit of a Johnny Drama victory that wasn't just because it's Friday, it doesn't mean that need to binge. And didn't binge last night. Didn't even drink last night, and didn't really notice that. So, the biggest challenge with the Bay Area is you can't really have a double life. I think we would all like to, but that's not really possible. Um, People drink on the weekend, and even this is kind of a cop out. People might not drink, all weekend. They might just drink, once, even during the weekend. People aren't really big on fast food. If anything, they kind of do fast food, but maybe a healthy version of it. So a lot of the economy is just bullshit. And it's either stuff that you could do at home or stuff that you could do maybe sometimes. But if you're trying to get serious, I'm a very playful guy, but I am serious when the time comes. So if you need to be serious about stuff, just it is your right to say I'm going to focus on meal prepping and then not spending during the week and just focused on work. Thanks. Looking forward to hear your thoughts. So yeah, basically, telling you guys that I'm not spending at all during the week, at all, and especially if I'm in the city but don't live there. Not going to spend on anything there either. Not going to do that. Just going to get home first. If you're doing a long commute, get home first. You don't have to do anything in the city. Me, I'm just going to get home first and then see if I want to do anything. And that makes it a whole lot easier to allot the daytime for an active hobby such as work. And then if I'm going to do anything else, that'll be for nighttime. That'll be for nighttime. That'll be after everything because there's a time and a place for everything. Thanks. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts. See you in the next video and talk to you soon. Have a good week. See you next weekend. Out.